Hello, lovely beings. I'm JJ Rose. I don't normally talk about current events, but this download came so fast and furious that I realized this needs to be discussed. And in specific, what I want to discuss is apathy and why this low vibration of apathy will end up undoing so much good work that you all out there have been working on, both with yourself and externally as well. So first and foremost, without going into great detail, because I'm absolutely sure this is going to mean something different to everyone, I understand that there is a lot happening right now. And for some of you, I understand that a lot has been happening pretty much your entire lives, that you have literally had one thing after another occur from the time you were born until present. And so it's very easy to get into an apathetic mind state of, meh, it's just another day with another huge revelation occurring, or another day with something mind-blowing occurring, and yet I've still got to pay my bills, I've still got to go to work on Monday, or whatever the case may be. But when you get into that mindset where you no longer have that joy, that wonder in each new revelation or each new thing that occurs within your life, whether it's personal or in the world or in your country, when you lose that and you get into this apathetic way of thinking, or you give in to fear and anger, those are all low vibrational states. And when you get into a low vibrational state, like anger, fear, and apathy specifically, you give your power away. This is your personal power. And I'm not saying your personal power to do anything about whatever the situation may be. But what I am talking about is your own personal power of how it affects you. How it affects you in your life, how it affects others around you, how it affects you energetically, and energetically what you're going to be giving out to the rest of the world. So what I want you to do is I want you to get excited. I want you to be joyful. I want you to remember what it was like when you were a little kid and everything had endless possibilities. Every day was exuberant and vibrant and new. And new stuff that was coming along was connecting dots, and you were uncovering things and understanding life on a different level because of the joy and the wonderment that you saw from your own personal world and the world around you. And I know that can be really, really tough when every day you have all of these mundane responsibilities like laundry and eating and going to the grocery store and all the little things that we have to do. But you can still be excited. When you go to the grocery store, don't even look at it as, something else I have to do off my checklist. Look at it as, I'm going to go get nourishment for my body, for my family. And at that grocery store, I might be able to make a positive impact on other people that are there. When you're cleaning your house, don't just go into it of like, one more thing I have to do. Look into it as, I'm cleaning up negative mind space. I'm cleaning up negative energy. I'm removing that from my space. I am decluttering my home and therefore decluttering my mind. I am getting things in order so that when they are in order, they make more sense. All of those little things that we do, like even driving to work. Yeah, okay, obviously you have to get to work somehow, but you can look at that as, this is my 5 to 20 minutes a day that I get by myself. I can listen to whatever it is that I want to. I can sing and dance. I can cry and let out emotions. I can, rage, whatever it is that you want to do music-wise. Or if you want to listen to a podcast or a YouTube video, something like that that enriches yourself. Get excited about that little amount of time. And yeah, traffic happens and it's not always the most fun, but you can look over and see somebody else maybe having a really hard time in traffic as well. And you could throw a smile their way and uplift them. Or wave at random people if you feel like it. I used to do it. I used to put on an entire concert in my car when I was commuting. So I'm going to give a little bit of an analogy. Okay? I have this enormous sunflower that popped up in my yard because a squirrel, I feed all the animals outside, and a squirrel apparently buried this one pretty deep, and up shot this gorgeous, huge sunflower that, I kid you not, has 14 different sunflowers popping off of it. Hence the picture that is going to go on this video. So when I looked at the two other sunflowers that popped up near it, one of them had a very thin, very tiny stalk. And when the sunflower bloomed, the whole stalk basically just fell over. And then the other one, the stalk was a little bit bigger, but when the sunflower bloomed, the sunflower doesn't have enough room to get water and what it needs and support, so it kind of droops. So you don't get the fresh beautifulness that you get of this giant sunflower that bloomed, that has a very thick, solid foundation that can support all of these amazing sunflowers coming off of it. Not only are the sunflowers brilliant, but they're doing what they like to do by being able to raise up their stalks and look at the actual sun. And I know that analogy might confuse some of you, and you might think, okay, what does that have to do with the price of tea in China? Probably nothing. But the reason I'm giving this analogy is when you have a solid foundation and you know what is right and what is good, and you know what isn't right, what doesn't align with you, this is going to help you ride the storm when you bloom or have your spiritual awakening, whatever you want to call it. This is going to help you ride the storm winds so that immediately you're not going to be knocked over, and that you're going to have the strength to stand up tall and look for the sun or for the good. And right now we are in a preparatory time. Whatever word I just made up, we're preparing, okay? We are preparing, and we need to have strong foundations. We are living in apocalyptic times, and I do not mean that in a scary way. I mean that in the true meaning of the word apocalypse, which means unveiling. And what have I been talking about since pretty much November of last year? The veil is not there. It's in shards and shreds, but it has not come back. And as a result of this unveiling, a lot of things are coming to light. And this, my dears, is why I'm talking to all of you about making sure you have a strong foundation. Make sure you know what is right and good. Make sure you know what you are aligned with. And make sure you are getting rid of what no longer serves you and what you are not aligned with. So that when the storm winds really start to blow, you have what it takes to stand up strong and shine for the good. Thank you.